Are you leaving your self-worth in somebody else's hands? Meaning, are you allowing someone else to tell you who you are, what you are, where you're going, what you're capable of doing? When we leave our self-esteem, self-worth, however you want to call it, in somebody else's hands, then they're running the show, not us. And that can be devastating because then it allows in pride, right? And ego. And if we are looking at our self-worth, our success, based on ego, that can take us down in a heartbeat. Because really, what most successful people know is that it comes from the heart. We look at our life differently when we view it from our head or our heart. So when we are determined to succeed, gaining all of the material things and kind of one-upping each other, that is so unfulfilling. You notice a lot of people, we've heard that, the depression, the anxiety, the feeling alone. Whereas if you approach life from your heart, from this gaining your self-esteem and self-worth from where a different source than the ego, then maybe, just maybe, you can be curious enough to figure out, wow, what does fulfill me? What does help my self-worth, self-esteem? So let's sit with that for a little bit and write down a couple things. What, if you got curious, can you figure out is your success? What is your definition of success? What is your definition of happiness or joy? What is it that brings you the feeling of fulfillment, success in your life? So write that down. Is it that you are a learner in life? So therefore, if somebody says to you, well, that's dumb, that was not smart, or you're not smart, or you're dumb, like a lot of us have this. I work with a lot of people who have that belief from way back, that they're dumb. And so that if somebody says that to them or feeds that belief, then they can counteract with, okay, I see that you are saying that about me, and maybe you've got some things that could feed that. However, I choose to look at it, again, those words, I choose to look at it differently. I choose to be a learner. Therefore, why don't you tell me why you think that's dumb or why I'm dumb? And then I can go out and I can research and look at and learn more about what that is or how I can overcome it if I choose to accept it. Keywords, if I choose to accept what you're telling me outside of myself. But the biggest fulfillment that most people receive is when it comes from the inside, when it comes from a source that's different, the source that doesn't talk down, a source that doesn't feed that ego. So what is that source for you? And can you be curious? Do you know what brings you true fulfillment if it's not the stuff? Some things to ponder to help increase your own self-esteem and self-worth so it can be maintained and not fluctuate like a roller coaster.